What's going on? Kiesel Guitars live Q&A. It's Wednesday. And actually, while I'm on the subject of being Wednesday, we do these live Q&As every single Wednesday. Except for next week. We have a special Thursday live with Phil McKnight. You guys might know Phil McKnight. He is a pretty well-known YouTuber. Plays guitar, and he's an awesome person. He is going to be joining us next week on Thursday for the very special live Q&A. So that is next Thursday, but this Thursday, you just have me, just a boring old Jeff. So what is new here at Kiesel? We are still hiring. We're still looking to add to the staff here. So if you're interested in working for our amazing guitar company, come on down and apply in person. Please do not call and say, hey, I'd move out of state to work there. You got to apply in person. So come down, apply in person. Looking for great, personalities, enthusiasm. And, you got to be good with your hands, right? So let's call it what it is. If you're the type of person that's just not good with your hands, I definitely would skip applying here. We need the enthusiasm, the interest, and you got to be good with your hands. You don't have to have any experience. We actually, in some cases, prefer not to have experience because that way we can teach you the proper way, the way we do things, rather than sometimes it's hard to unlearn traits or habits. So anyway, I do have a deal with the live. I know it's not like what you guys are used to. You guys are used to like, hey, this thing's $2,000 or $2,500. This is not. Okay, so this is going to be an expensive one. This guitar spec'd out came to $6,900, $6,900. I'm going to turn it around so you guys can kind of get a look at why maybe. It won't stay in there because of the frickin' knobs. Damn it. I'll show it off here in a minute and tell you the price. But that's my deal of the live. I do have a customer guitar here, a K-Series, which I will show off here in a minute. And as far as builds, we're quoting 10 to 14 weeks, hoping to get back down into the, gosh, I would love to quote 6 weeks on builds again, like we used to, 3 years ago. We were, as quick as 6 weeks. So I'd love to be able to do that. And I think adding the right people to the staff would allow us to be able to get back down in that range. We have more employees than we've ever had. So that's amazing. We have a lot of amazing men and women here. And I feel like our custom shop is at the pinnacle level. It's never been this good. And we keep making it better. We keep stepping it up with a lot of, innovations and just procedures and processes and components, right? So that's really cool. So let me show off this customer guitar because that's what it's all about. It's all about ordering your dream guitar. Maybe it makes a live, maybe it makes a pick, in picks of the day or something like that. Or maybe it just makes it right into your, your home and you fall in love with it, right? That's our goal. So this is for Scott Bishop. We had an estimated completion date of 10/26. And where are we? We are 10, what is it?
11.
11. So we're actually early. It is a K-Series. I will have to admit, I did make a mistake on this one. Scott, I'm really sorry. I accidentally picked you out a K-top instead of a 5A Buckeye. I hope you're okay with that. So I don't know how I made a mistake, but you got a really amazing upgrade. So you got a top that we would normally have charged an additional around $800 to $1,000 more than you paid. Which actually is and isn't true. So on this, there are two mistakes happen. One is Flock charge you for a 5A Buckeye top, which we don't do 5A on K-Series. So Flock did screw that one up. Imagine that. No, I'm just kidding. Flock does a lot of orders and doesn't screw up very often. But when you get a K-Series, it's a 7A top automatically. You did get a K-top, so you should have been charged more than what you paid for the 7A upgrade. or not 7A upgrade, but the Buckeye upgrade on a K. And then you did get a K top. I looked at it and I'm like, oh man, that's a sick one. I don't remember who this is for. And I looked and I'm like, oh shit. So I did get you an even better top. So needless to say, an awesome looking build. Hopefully you're stoked. It was an easy one to decide to pick of which one we were going to show off today. But an amazing Buckeye top, Royal Ebony fingerboard, matching head plate, thin trans black burst. You got that binding effect on there, and then a rear natural clear, real swamp ash body, not just ash, but swamp ash, 7-piece neck, just a gorgeous looking guitar. So I hope you're stoked on that. Yeah, I'm stoked on that too. I think it came out really good. Are we still showing 0 on the scale? Is it zeroed?
Yeah, it's
cool.
It says 0.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna deduct $20 off the price of this guitar for every 1/10 of a pound I am off.
Pressure's on.
Pressure is on. I have not pre-weighed this guitar. It has been in my office for some time now. And I was thinking of keeping it, which I may keep it. If it doesn't sell on the live, I may just hang on to it. This guitar was it was the example guitar for our limited run we just wrapped up, almost wrapped up. We have a few builds still in the works. Master grade Flame Koa top, Master grade Flame Koa fingerboard, head plate, truss rod cover, and back plates. All Master grade Flame Koa. It has a Master grade flame maple back of the neck, roasted swamp ash 1-piece body. You can see how beautiful that is. Mirror gold inlays. Those inlays actually are mirror gold. It's not anything you can get. So these, like the Koa plates, it's exclusive to this guitar. You can't call in and get that as an option. You can't get these mirror inlays. Gold frets, gold hardware, 25.5-inch scale, 6-string obviously, with the Kiesel trim system. An amazing guitar, nevertheless. So I have to try to figure out how much this thing weighs. It's got the 3-piece body. I'm going to go with 7.25 is what I'm going to go with. Okay, you zoomed in, it's zeroed?
Let me zoom in. It's zeroed.
Okay.
I'm zooming in.
That way you guys know there's no shenanigans going on here. Okay, what do we got?
Are you putting all the pressure on it? It says 6.4.
There's no way this is 6.4. It's not 6.4. What does it say?
6.4.
It's not 6.4. Yeah, there's no way this thing is 6.4.
Maybe lay it down flat. Will that make any difference?
I can't lay it down flat. Yeah, there's no way. I can feel this guitar. It's not 6.4 pounds. Something's off on this scale. It's still saying
6.5.
Yeah. Why don't we do this? Kayla, go weigh it on the shipping scale, and let's see what that weighs. Because, I mean, I'll be a good sport and eat it, but it doesn't weigh 6.4 pounds. So I'm saying 7.25, 7.25 to be exact, right? Exactly a quarter. Kayla, the shipping one, not Albert's. So I'll still eat it, right? So that I was off by, what was that? 8? Yeah, there's no way. 8.5. So 8.5 times 20 is what, $170? So we're going to deduct 170. Let's just call it 200 to make it easy. I was going to ask $5,000 for that guitar. I'll do it, or 5,200. I'll do it for $5,000. So that's what the people in the run paid, was 5,200. I'm just letting you guys get it for the same price. Again, you know, that guitar all spec'd out was more like $6,900. So it's a hell of a deal. $5,000. You want that guitar? Call my guys. Yeah, I know that guitar is not 6.4. So Savannah, if this is the scale you're using, I think we need to not use this scale anymore. We got to figure something else out. Was
Weighed it both ways, like this and
Yeah.
down.
6.6? Son of a bitch.
Wow, you're losing your touch.
I guess so. Like the 1 week, I'm like, we're going to charge. I mean, I am pretty worn out. I got to be honest. I was prepping those Metal Flake tops today, and I am kind of worn out from that. But still, to be off by that much. Yeah, I mean, to be honest. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I was using my left arm. It does feel a little lighter with my right arm. I honestly was using my left arm, guys. It feels fucking heavier in my left arm. I'm not as strong. Dang. Yeah. Okay.
Do you still want to use a different scale?
Let's see what it weighs. Here again. Let's try it again.
6.5.
Yeah, it's fine. If we're within 1/10, it's still 6.5.
Yep. Oh, no, it says 6.6.
Okay, I got it to where it was. Okay, so it's right on. All right, so 6.6 is what it actually weighs. We're still going to go with the $5,000 price on that guitar. So if you want it, call my guys. So let's get into your questions. And I got to remind myself. You guys have to remind me. I need to weigh the guitar with my right arm, not my left.
Well, they would probably want you to do it with your left so they get more money off of it. So
I still wouldn't have said 6.6, honestly. I would have said 6.8. I really would. I don't know why. Maybe it is. I am a little tired. I don't know. Who knows?
And you're usually spot on. You're off your game today.
I know, man. And the time, like, money's on the line, I'm like crumbling like a cookie over here. I can't even get it right.
All right, let's start off with our first question from Instagram today. Any chance of adding a kill switch option to the builder?
That's a good one. What we do on K-Series is it's a pull-up kill switch. So we could add the pull-up volume kill switch if that's what you guys are interested in. But as far as like an actual switch, I don't want to really add that because if the switch goes bad and it gets flipped like kind of in the off position, the whole guitar is dead. Where these pots are really stout, they really aren't gonna, I have never seen one of these push pulls go bad. So if you wanted a kill switch on the volume, wherever the standard volume is or wherever the volume is on that particular model, we could do the push pull on that. I like it. There's just a way where you're quickly, boom, guitar's silent, set the guitar down, pick it up, pop it back in, you're ready to go. So yeah, we could definitely do that for you, call my guys. But maybe that's something we add to the builder, a push-pull kill switch.
I will make a note.
That, and we still want to do the custom tuning with the restock fee, if returned.
Yeah, that's the last thing I had up on my notepad. All right, next question is from Rudy. He says, do you think a neck through Aries with alder and maple would be a good combo with a chambered body?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, our standard woods are alder and maple. That's our standard wood on that. That's a great combo. Even Alan Holdsworth, the guitars he was playing, they were alder bodies chambered with a flame maple top. He loved them. That was what he was playing at the very end. And we did make a couple solid bodies for him too, believe it or not. Some people even tried to question me on that. And no, we made some solid bodies for him for different recordings, different, just a different sound for him.
Yeah, that red, was it a wine flame top that he was playing a lot, towards the end? Trans red or trans wine?
Yeah,
something.
we had that, but we had the blue one too. He played that a lot.
Yeah. I
the
forgot
blue
about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yep.
All right, next question. Will the swirl run delay the build time if any guitar orders placed before it?
Well, the what?
The swirl run.
Delay what?
Any builds placed before it.
Has nothing to do with it. Yeah, I do all the swirls, so it's irrelevant. It doesn't. It's totally irrelevant.
All right, Scott seems like he's reaching a little bit. He says, since it's semi-Halloween, how would you spec out a semi-hollow for yourself? How is it semi-Halloween, Scott?
Dang. So I still need to order one of these guitars. I did order one, and it sold at NAMM. An SH550, pearl blue, white painted binding, in satin, I would probably go with a Richlite board at this point. I did a Zero Cote on that one. I would probably do a Richlite board. Of course, the larger traditional headstock, paint matched. I would do mother of pearl block inlays. I would do a mother of pearl Kiesel logo, the white pearl tuning buttons, chrome hardware, chrome covered beryllium pickups with black bezels. Rear painted as well, so it'd be all pearl blue. That's probably it, you know, something like that. So it has nothing to do with Halloween. It's just a guitar that I did build for myself, and then it did not make it home with me after NAMM.
That was a really cool one.
That was a really cool one, man. I'd miss that guitar. So I would like to get something like that again.
Next question is, why no symmetrical Type X or V guitars?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really into that myself. There is a market, especially for a V, but the X, I don't see that being a good look at all. I mean, I think I'll probably, you know, I'm not going to say I would never do it, but I'll probably leave that to like BC Rich or Dean or someone like that, where, you know, that's kind of what they're known for, is stuff like that.
Symmetrical X seems like it'd look terrible.
I think it would look terrible, but you know, a symmetrical V, I can see that. It's just other companies have done that and they do that, and we can't do everything for everybody. And I really like our non-symmetrical Ultra V. I think it looks badass.
Next question is from Chris. He's asking, is it possible to get a jazz bass with 24 frets?
It is not. The closest thing you're going to get from us is going to be our Vanquish bass or the new A2, which is obviously not it's not a jazz bass, but you can get a very jazz-like sound out of it. You're just not going to have the look to follow it.
Ben is asking, is it possible to order a crescent moon inlay in abalone?
It is not, man. Abalones around the world are scampering away. No, it's just too big of a piece. You know, that big crescent. It would eat up a lot of inlay and have a lot of waste where the inlay is not. So no, it's not something we're going to be offering. That is real abalone. It's not imitation. We don't mess around with that stuff.
If I paid for the programming fee, could I possibly get a 25-inch scale bolt-on? No matter what, I dig your attitude towards American made.
Oh, right on. Thanks, man. You know, that's a hard one. When it's custom scale lengths, that's just where we have to kind of draw the line, because it does take a lot to make custom necks. You know, it's not just the top side. It's not just the fingerboard is obviously easy, but it's not just the neck itself. It's the back side of the neck, all the profiling and everything. You know, programming wise, it's probably a 20 or 30 hour job. And, you know, I have to be careful with what I'm charging. You know, I would have to charge, I don't know, call it $200 an hour times 30 hours, $6,000. I mean, that's what I'd have to charge. No one's going to want to pay that, but I have to be careful about what I'm willing to do. It sounds like a good idea, and then you're like, oh, well, we can't do all these other things because we're doing this one thing that we got paid, you know, $500 for. It's like, yeah, that was not a good idea. So we have to be careful with that. So I'd have to say no. I'm not saying we would never do a 25-inch scale bolt-on. You know, I mean, obviously the majority of the people that want bolt-ons are wanting 25 and a half, you know, for a 6. We do get some 24 3/4. I can't recall. I think we've had some artists in the past ask for a 25 bolt-on. But you never know what the future brings, but right now I'd have to say no.
All right, Devin is asking, can you talk a bit about the difference between the Radius humbuckers versus the Tritium pickups?
Yeah, they're completely different in the style of the way they're wound, the way the magnets are, the type of magnets. It's a completely different pickup. The Radius humbucker is like a traditional humbucking pickup. except in the middle, instead of the magnet going flat across and then the cover being flat, and then your strings are curved and your pickup's still, flat, the blade, the magnet blade inside is also radiused. So it's radiused like the cover, and it matches the radius of your strings. So what that does for you is it gives you equal output on each string. Now you look at the tritium pickups. They're a completely different animal altogether. They are a split coil style. So you get humbucking, but you get the single coil sound. We're using the circular Neo magnets, so a totally different magnet. Instead of using like an Alnico 5 or a ceramic, we're using a neodymium magnet, which has amazing output. And we're using the plain enamel wire and the right amount of turns and everything just to get the perfect sound. The right slugs to attach to the magnets to charge the system. And I tell you what, my dad spent a lot of time getting those right. And we were listening to him, and nope, just wasn't there. Nope, just wasn't there. And we got close a few times, and we didn't want to get something that was just adequate or just what is out there now. We wanted something better. And the people that have heard our tritiums are like, wow, these things are something special. They really are. And I'm not knocking the other pickups on the market. We're doing the same type of tech that they are. I feel like we just spent more time really making sure that we had something that was an improvement on what was out there. And that's all opinion. That's our opinion, right? That's my opinion. That doesn't mean that we've heard every single possible, but we've heard the Nordstrands, of course. They're the big dog, and we feel we have something better than the Nordstrand. And the Nordstrand is an amazing pickup. So for us to be in the same conversation as them, that's kudos to what we did here. And I was just listening. I wasn't involved a whole lot in the design. I did some work on it, but my dad did a lot of work on that. Brandon was huge too. Albert, there's just a lot. I mean, how much time do you think we spent on that?
Oh, I have no idea how to even guess.
6 months?
It was a lot of time.
Yeah, it was a long time.
But it felt good once we finally got it after all that time.
Dude, it was like so frustrating. It's like, son of a bitch. It was hard because it was tech that was different than how we normally make our pickups. And it needed to happen, So I'm stoked on that.
Can I order scalloped frets just on the last frets like Steve Vai's gem?
You'd have to call the guys for that.
Mike is asking, could I get a monster burst on a flame maple top in raw tone?
You can. Yep.
Would there be a noticeable difference in terms of stability between a one-piece black Limba and a 5-piece black Limba with maple stripes?
Anytime you have a multi-piece neck, it's not that you have this noticeable difference if the woods are all similar hardwoods. So like black Limba is a very strong neck wood, maple, walnut, purple heart. Those are all strong woods. What the 5-piece gives you, not only aesthetically, obviously it's aesthetic thing. It's like, wow, that looks really cool. But it gives you the ability to have 4 other pieces of wood that aren't going to want to move the same way a single piece is. So if you have one piece and a 5-piece want to move, you have 4 other ones keeping it in check or wanting to move a different way. And so what you end up with is this neck that can be really rock solid and just locked in. It's not necessary to go to a 5-piece if you already have all of the, same type of woods like maples, Limba, and walnut. Those are very hard woods, but it will help if you're doing different climates, mainly humidity, cold or not cold, but wet and dry. That's what freaks the necks out the most. Hot and cold, yes, but it's the humidity. That's what does it. So yeah, it's still something that's going to help you. If you have any concerns about stability, I would definitely get one of our 3, 5, or 7-piece necks over a single piece. It's just going to be that much more stable. What
can you tell us about Bring Me the Horizon's John Jones working with Kiesel Guitars?
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. JJ's been great to work with. He's been an awesome, person. He's easygoing, at least for builds and stuff. And it's been great to add him to our Kiesel family. Unfortunately, we missed them when they came to town. I had my wife's 50th surprise party that same night, and she thought we were going to the concert. And the day before, I had to tell her, like, hey, we're actually not going. We're having a big party for you. So it was a surprise party in the sense that I flew some of her family out the day before, and that surprised her. And then after she got surprised, I'm like, hey, we're not going to the concert tomorrow night. She's like, I don't even care. I'm here with my family. And she was so excited, even though Bring Me is one of her favorite bands. So she was bummed out about not going. And, John was just so great to like, hey, let me see how many passes I can get. Maybe I can get the whole family in and stuff. And that would have been really cool. So I haven't met him in person. I do like a lot of the stuff Bring Me does. Zach's a big fan of them as well. So it's great having him on the roster. And like I said, he seems like an amazing person just from the interactions I've had with him.
What are the major factors you take into account when deciding on new build options?
I would say number one, what advantage is this going to give someone? Is this going to be a thing that is going to help enhance tone, stability, durability, longevity, those types of things? Is this an improvement? That's number one right there. If it's an aesthetic thing, are a lot of people going to want this? And I mean, that's really the biggest thing is popularity, demand, and then, what is this, how's this going to affect us? Like if we do this, what is the effect going to be? Is this going to be a can of worms? Is this not going to be worth us doing it? Like more hassle than it's worth. So those are all the things that we have to weigh out when we're looking at adding new options or new features.
All right, we got about 10 minutes left of the live, so let's do a recap of the deal really quick while we...
Deal of the live. It's not my normal, like, hey, it's $2,000, buy it, your first Kiesel. This is more than likely not going to be your first Kiesel. If it is, that's great. But it's a master grade Flamecoa top with a fingerboard, master grade Flamecoa fingerboard, head plate, back plates, and truss rod cover, all in master grade Flamecoa. Mirror gold inlays, gold EVO frets. It's got a master grade flame maple roasted neck. And then it's got a one-piece roasted swamp ash body. It's an amazing guitar. Something like this, could you actually get it? Is going to be just below the $7,000 range from our custom shop. But there's a lot of options on this that you can't order, like the mirror gold inlays, the matching master grade plates. And it's an amazing guitar, 25.5-inch scale, Kiesel trim, beryllium pickups, gold covers, gold pole pieces. And we're letting it go for $5,000. It started out at $5,200. And then my dumb ass got the weight wrong, so we had to lower the price. So I was high on the weight. We lowered the price, so it ended up at $5,000 for this amazing guitar. I mean, any other company that is giving you the quality that we give you, that is American made, guys, what do you think that would cost if it said PRS on it? What would this cost if it said Sir on it? I mean, honestly, and these guys, keep in mind, they're selling through dealer networks, and they got to have, the dealer and distributor have to make their money, I understand. And that's how we can offer a better price to you guys, is we don't have a dealer network. So I'm selling to you. I'm not selling to a distributor who sells it to the dealer who sells it to you. So you got two extra people. They want to make their 30 points. They want to make 30% on it. That's usually how most distribution networks and dealer networks work. And, here we're selling it. We're not even going to make 20% on it. You know what I mean? So we're just happy with our business model. It's what my grandpa came up with. And, we're holding those values to this day. Offering a lot for your money.
All right, here's a great question. Am I allowed to play Stairway to Heaven on them?
Absolutely. You can play whatever you want on them.
Sean is asking, is color shift over semi-chrome a possibility?
I mean, you can do it. I feel like you're wasting your money, though. I think it'd be a lot of money to spend for semi-chrome. And then two, the way that color shift works the best is if it's applied over a dark color. So with semi-chrome being a reflective color, I don't know how good a color shift is actually going to look. So I wouldn't recommend it just because you're going to spend a lot more to do that. And it might not look that cool, or it could look totally amazing. I don't know. Maybe it looks like blued titanium, like when you heat titanium up. I don't know. Who knows? Al Joseph is texting me. What's up, Al Joseph? I know you're not watching the live because you probably wouldn't be texting me, but...
Apologies if this has been asked before, but do you have a Zeus base with a headstock?
We do not have a Zeus anything with a headstock because the Zeus model is always headless. I've been asked that before, though, believe it or not.
Any chance of a 22 fret option on the SCB6?
I feel like we've done... No, we haven't done one. It was a shorter... We've done all the scales on that. That's what it was. We've done a 25, 25 and a half, 26 and a half, 6. I don't think we've done a 22 fret. So I have to say no.
We got Carlos Trevino in here
Carlos
asking,
Trevino.
any shop walks soon?
We need to do one. Yeah, man. I mean, maybe I can sneak one in tomorrow. My big thing right now is I'm leaving. I am leaving Friday morning. We're going to Florida, and we're celebrating our 24th wedding anniversary. So we take off on Friday morning, like butt crack it on, and then we are back the following Wednesday. So I'm going to be out of the shop Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I have Phil McKnight here Thursday. So I'm not thinking I'm going to get a lot done next week. Definitely 3 of the days I'm not getting anything done, and then I don't know how much I'll be able to get done, because Phil will be here. I'll be entertaining him, hanging out with him and stuff, and I'm sure we'll do lunch and things like that. So I don't know how much I'll be able to get done. So tomorrow I have a big push to get caught up on some of the builds I'm working on, either regular builds, special edition builds, and run guitars. So that's kind of my focus. I have a couple more Kiesel editions in the works. You guys might have seen that Spalted Vader. That one shipped out a week ago or so, and I have a couple more that are in the works. They're getting real close.
Can I get a bevel delete on the Vanquish?
I don't think that's gonna look good, man. I'm sorry.
I was trying to imagine that as I saw the question.
It's not like the like the Lyra, Yeah, I think that's not gonna look good, and then it would need an arm cut, and
it's gonna look really boxy.
Real boxy. Yeah. Like a weird shape box too. Yeah, I think that model needs the bevel, dude. I'm sorry. I'm at the pass on that one.
Would it be possible to get a Thanos 4-string in multi-scale?
I'm going to say no. I believe you're the first person to ever ask me for that. I can't recall another one. Maybe when we first launched it, someone did, but not since then that I can recall someone's asked. I'm sorry, man.
Got another Vanquish question. They're asking, is it possible to get an Evertune on the Vanquish?
It is not. The reason why is the idea with the Vanquish is keeping it our most compact, smallest, and lightest headstock equipped guitar. So the whole point of the guitar is to kind of bridge the gap between a headless size and a full size traditional like Aries or something like that. So we're kind of killing that whole thing by putting a big old heavy Evertune in it. I don't even know if the real estate size, physical size, it would even fit. So I'm going to pass on offering that. I'm sorry if that killed your dreams there.
All right, here's Scott's explanation on why it's semi-Halloween.
Semi-Halloween.
He says it's the month of Halloween, but isn't Halloween yet, ergo semi-Halloween. Okay.
All right, there we go.
I'll take your word for that, Scott.
I mean, it sounds logical to me.
Oh my gosh, there's another person asking for a bevel delete on the Vanquish.
What?
What are the odds? I've never seen that in two
I've
people
never
in the
seen
live.
that. Maybe it's a person with 2 accounts. He's just like, I want that too.
Here's a good. It's not a question, but it's a known thing. It says, speaking of Alan Holdsworth, Brandon looks so much like him.
Dang.
But I can't play
just
even
the hand
close to
size.
him.
Yeah, well, you don't play that style anyway. It's all good.
I have about 5% of the talent as Alan
Oh,
Holdsworth.
shut the hell up. You know that's not even true. 4%. Come on now. No.
Yeah, I was overshooting a little bit.
No,
with the
Brandon is
5%.
a very talented guitar player, just 2 totally different styles, completely different styles. But yeah, very talented. Speaking of talented, I do want to give a little shout out to someone here that's new that I am just really happy with. We have, I'm just going to be honest, we've struggled in the customer service area. We have, not just in effort, follow through, things like that, but also personnel at times. We have struggled. And we have someone that I am so happy with. I just enjoy that he's here. I hear him on the phone because my office is right there. And man, if I was mad and something happened and I called up and I got Cal, I'd be like, hell yeah, like this is my guy. Cal is amazing.
He's just so stoked and happy all the time. Every time I see him.
He's so great, man. I just love having that guy here. I really, really do. I think he's perfect for the position. He's a big fan of the brand. He's got several of our guitars. He's buddies with Al Joseph, and he's a good guitar player. He's out of the Marine Corps. He's served our country, which that's really cool on its own. But I think like just him as a person, he's just so fitting here. He's like into Halloween movies. He's like themed, like dressing in all these different like shirts. Every day in October he's been in like a different like horror movie shirt, and he's just always got a smile on his face. He's always happy. Just a great person. I'm really stoked to have him here. I've told him that. We like to joke around with him and give him a hard time about things, but he's such a good sport. And I just really encourage any of you guys that at any point have had, a run-in, especially with customer service. Man, I've not been happy in the past with some of the responses and the way customer service has gone. I know ultimately it is my fault and I have to take responsibility, but not all of it was, like pointed right at me. I mean, granted, I didn't have the right person in there, but a lot of stuff I didn't even know what was going on. And, you hear about horror stories and stuff and you're just like, geez, he did that. Okay. So I feel like we're over that hurdle. We've gotten other people in there and we start off good and then we just fall right on our face like, great, another one of these. And so I feel like we have the right person. I hope Cal's happy here. I hope he stays here. I hope you guys like him. I really like him, and I think he's doing a damn good job. So anyway, for what it's worth, if you've ever had any service issues, give my boy Cal a shot. Give us a shot. I think we've grown and learned a lot, and we're here for the long haul. I mean, not just in the initial build. Like obviously, we were always here for that, but I think like after the sale, we were pretty poor. So I'd give us like on a 1 to 10. Sometimes we would be a 10 after the sale, but sometimes we'd be a 1. So I think we were probably averaging like a 5 overall, and that's not acceptable. We need to be at least a solid 9 because you can never really be a 10, consistently to everybody because, man, some people ask for some crazy shit, and we're not going to be able to make everybody happy 100% of the time. That's just never going to happen, and I'm not suggesting we can. There's also people that we're not going to be the right fit for them, and maybe they need to use a different custom shop. And we have had to tell people that over the years, like, hey, we've done 6 builds for you and you nitpick every single one. We've tried to make you happy. We just don't think we can make you happy. So we're going to not sell guitars to you anymore because every one you bitch about, every single one. And then what's crazy is sometimes these people, a week later, years later, will come back and be like, hey, can I buy another guitar? I really love the product. And I swear this has happened. We'll message them back, sometimes even me. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, based on what's happened, we're just, we don't think we're the right fit. You know, we hope you find the right custom shop. Well, fuck you then. Your fucking guitars suck. And I mean, like verbatim. And I'm like, whoa, like crazy ex-girlfriend here. Like, pump the brakes. This is why we're not selling to you anymore. And so some things like that happen. So, I mean, there's always going to be people out there that no matter what we do, we could handle everything 100% perfect and there's still, you know, anyway. So give Cal a shot. Give him a call. Just chat with him. He's a great guy. And I'm stoked to have him here. And we have a lot of great people here. Just the staff here is really awesome. I'm very proud of the staff, the product we're putting out, and the effort that's going in, both before, during, and after the sale. So on that note, my deal live did not sell. I'm kind of sad, but I'm also kind of happy because maybe I'll take it home. I'm out. We'll see you guys.